Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for helping me out. I will make it quick here. As you can see, I have a Sound Workshop Series 40 mixing console. What I'm doing is replacing the old Patchbay, which uses a system of these Molex connectors, which are unreliable as hell, replacing these Patchbays with Switchcraft Patchbays that I'm going to wire in over here. And I have figured out which wire, each of these wires over here, which connection they correspond to by just using a multimeter and seeing where they all go. So patch in, patch out, all that stuff. And I've got these labeled over here. But effectively, the problem I'm having is how do I wire this into the Switchcraft Patchbay? These guys here have some circuitry on them where the grounds are bussed between some different connections. So obviously each of these connections has a ground and they're all common to one another, and that's all fine for this system here. But when I wire this into the Switchcraft Patchbay, as you can see over here for the patch out and the line in right here, there's a full balanced 3-conductor connection with the ground wire attached there. But then these three over here, that's not the case. This is the bus out, direct out, and patch in. They do not have a ground wire hooked up. As you can see, there's a ground wire right there. If you strip back the shielding or the whatever, but it's just not hooked up. So why is that? And well, it doesn't matter why it is. All I need to know is, how do I hook this up to the Switchcraft Patchbay? Do I try to do it exactly the same way and only use 2 conductors and ignore the third ground up there? Or do I wire them like I am kind of inclined to do and wire all 3 conductor balanced connections to each patch point on the Switchcraft Patchbay? It might be worth noting that I will be using a star ground, chassis ground system with as a scheme for the studio here. And I was planning on using isolated grounds, so vertically isolated. That was the plan. So should I do that and wire in this third wire, or is that going to mess things up? Maybe they just did it over here to save some pins and make it easier. But I don't want to wire the grounds in and create some kind of ground loop or some other problem. So any and all advice is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for taking the time.